Okay, so good day. In this video, I will be discussing these steps on how to find the end term of an arithmetic sequence. But first, let us recall the definition of arithmetic sequence. Now, when we say arithmetic sequence or arithmetic progression, again, it is a sequence in which each term after the first term differs from the preceding term by a constant value. So it's either we are adding a positive or negative number to the first term to get the following sequence or following terms. The difference between consecutive terms is called the common difference of the sequence. And ideally, the formula for the arithmetic sequence is a sub n is equal to a sub 1 plus quantity n minus 1 times d, wherein a sub n is the nth term of the sequence and a sub 1 is the first term in the sequence and d is the common difference between terms. Take note that n always denote the nth term. So if you are looking for the first term, the value of your n is 1. If you are looking for the fourth term, the value of your n is 4. So let's try to solve. Now, because the formula contains 4 variables, which is a sub n, a sub 1, n, and d, if any 3 of these are known, we can find the value of the fourth variable or any nth term. So for example, we want to find a sub 30 or the 30th term in the arithmetic sequence negative 4, negative 1, 2, and 5. So as you can see, we have here a number sequence which is negative 4, negative 1. So in step 1, we have to, of course, illustrate this number sequence using a table. Again, our n represent the term of the number sequence. So for the first term, we have negative 4. Kaya yung katapat nga nung ating n, which is 1. For our n sub 1, for our a sub 1, we have negative 4. For the second term, which is 2, or a sub 2, we have negative 1. Our a sub 3 is 2. A sub 4 is 5. And we are looking for the a sub 30 or the 30th term of this number sequence. Now, if we want to determine the 30th term, we have to ensure that we have the values for a sub n, a sub 1, and d. So in order to find that, we have to find first the common difference, which is d. So in finding the common difference, you just have to subtract the second term to the first term. So if we are going to subtract now negative 1 to negative 4, that is equal to 3. Right? Okay, you can pause this video for a while and then try to solve it in a piece of paper. Next, let's try to find out if the third term and second term has the same difference. So if we are going to subtract 2 and negative 1, converting this to positive, we have 2 plus 1, so we have 3. Next, for the fourth term and third term, just do the same process. Subtracting 5 and 3, we have positive 3. As you can see, the number pattern illustrates a common difference, which is 3. Now, we now have a value for d, which is 3. So for the step 3, we have to define the formula in getting the 30th term. Since we are looking for the 30th term, we just have to replace the n value with 30. So we are looking for the 30th term, which is a sub 30. So our formula now to find the 30th term is a sub 30 is equal to a sub 1 plus quantity 30 minus 1 times d. So let's now define the value of the first term. The value of the first term is 4. If we are going to look into the table a while ago, or to the given number sequence, the first term is -4. The common difference that we have obtained a while ago was 3, and the value of our n is 30 since we are looking for the 30th term. Next, for step 4, we have to substitute the value of the formula and then solve. Since our formula for any given term is a sub n is equal to a sub 1 plus quantity n minus 1 times d, we now have this solution. We have a sub 30 is equal to -4 plus quantity 30 minus 1 times 3. Simplifying this equation using distributive property and of course the addition of integers, we now have the final answer for the 30th term, which is 83. So if we are going to continue the same pattern for -4, -1, 2, and 5, yung pang 30th term ng sequence na ito is equal to 83. Okay, next let's have another problem. So the same process. Let us find the 593rd term of the same arithmetic sequence. So you just have to do the same process in solving, just like for the example number 1. So again, the common difference of this number pattern now is 3, since we are just using the same problem. But for this problem, we're looking for the 593rd term of this arithmetic sequence. So substituting now the value of n to our formula, we now have a sub 593 is equal to a sub 1 plus the quantity 593 minus 1 times d. So let's define now the value. So the value of n here, that's 593. So substituting all the values of a sub n, a sub 1, n, and d, we now have our step 4. Now, solving this equation over here, simplifying all the operations, we now have the value for the 593rd term, which is 1272. In conclusion, if you're going to continue the number pattern or the number sequence up to 593rd term, we will have 1272. So, ganun lang siya kadali. Ganun lang siya kadaling hanapin for the arithmetic sequence. Again, the formula for the arithmetic sequence is a sub n is equal to a sub 1 plus the quantity n minus 1 times t. If you have questions, you can ask your teacher by sending a private message or request another tutorial video.